Alright, it's day number 10, if I'm not mistaken, of my speaking in front of the camera, trying to enhance my level of English and specifically uh, my ability to speak. So today, without long introduction, I, I just start, so we can just get started. And the topic is about books and films. All right, it's very cool because I like films. Also, I can read some books, and let me let me show something. Just yesterday, I bought a book. It's Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's a very good book that I have read in my native language, and now I want to read it in English, and I hope it will be useful for me and interesting. So books is also something that I don't mind to read, but generally I'd prefer movies, to be honest. All right, and well, let's get started. By the way, if someone want to answer this question by their own questions below in the description, and you can try yourself. All right, let's get started. And first, as always, part introduction and interview. So let's talk about books and films. Do you prefer reading books or watching films? To be honest, I really prefer watch movies because I like when I see the idea. Of course, it's very interesting to read books, and I also like it, but I prefer to watch movies since it requires less time, and I just at least it's just more easy when you see everything that shows you and that like you see everything that tried to show you and you try not to understand it, and yeah, that's cool. It's a bit more dopamine, so I'd prefer, to be honest, films. How often do you go to the cinema? Nowadays I don't go often to the cinema just because I live in a country where I need to speak French and I'm not really good in French, and the cinema of course in French here, so I can just go watch movie in language I don't understand. So now, like, for the past 2 years I probably, no, sometimes I was in cinema, but it was in another country. But it's nowadays it's rarely. But previously, like 3 years ago, I was pretty often, like each weekend, each week, each 2 weeks. I was in a cinema and I watched something, so I really like it. But nowadays, I have no opportunity to do it so often. All right, what type of books or movies do you usually enjoy? Um, Usually, I like when some of book or movies that I'm reading or watching inspires me to do something. Uh, it's uh, it's like no matter what kind of genre, but the most important that it has it has something like some thoughts that are very interesting to think about it, that can probably a bit change your vision. You can change your mind a bit, start thinking another and something like this. But generally probably I don't even know. I think I like something like detective, and I don't know what else. um, Let me think about thriller. I like something like thriller, and that's probably, I don't know. I just I'm not a hater of some of genre. I just I, I I like everything, and the most important that this film or book just generally uh, was good, and that's all. I don't know, with the strong opinion, and I, I don't know. So it not depends of type, like. So it was a question where I needed to think a lot, but I didn't. Um, I didn't answer it good. All right. Have you ever recommended a book or film to someone? Yes, of course, at least because, um, for example, I have a friend, a really good friend, with who like to watch some movie and then to tell about it each other and like recommend this film. So of course I recommend it, and just generally when you talk with some of person, it's really basic when you start talking about movies, when you can recommend something, when you ask to recommend you some of movies. So yeah, of course, it's I recommended movies and books to read. All right, do you prefer to read books alone or discuss them with others? To be honest, I didn't have an experience when I read a book and someone read the same book, and then we can discuss it. So usually I read this book alone, and then I don't talk with anyone about it. So probably I'd rather prefer to read alone since I didn't had another experience. But generally, it sounds pretty interesting when you have an ability to read and to talk with persons that could have another point of view, and that's interesting. So I'd like to try it. All right, first part is done, and we can move next. Next is long run. All right, you will have 1 minute to prepare, and then you should speak for 1 to 2 minutes. Describe a book or a film that had a strong impact on you. You should say what was it, when you read or saw it, how it influenced you, and say if you like it and why. I can know something, but all right. Wait, let me check again. Square. It was when you read so. Alright, to be honest, I have like three the most favorite movies. It's uh, I forgot one of them. It's The Pursuit of Happiness, its founder, and Good Will Hunting. These three movies, if you are talking about influence, because I like, for example, like Dune, like Oppenheimer, The King. It's also very interesting films, and a lot of quantity and other movies that I didn't mention. Of course, they exist, but we're talking about movies that influenced me. So it's three that I mentioned previously, and I could say it was pretty. It wasn't long ago. I mean, and it was like last year. This and last year, I was watching these three movies. This and last year, and it affect me in different sides. I mean, for example, when I watched The Pursuit of Happiness, it affects me from it like changed a bit my vision about what you should do to achieve your aim. That you need try hard, sometimes more. You need to do your best always, and never give up. For example, if we are talking about Good Will Hunting, it's just very good movie about a guy who uh, in my opinion grew up and decided to change something in his life, but at the same time he had some like problems, and he had a cool during the film he had uh, a cool like professor with who he's always talked, and it's very interesting to watch their relationship, like friendship, I don't know, like this. And if you're talking about third movie, Founder, it's about how to be an entrepreneur, what it requires, and sometimes you need to do something. Something is, I don't know. I can call it like something bad, but it's very smart. So you don't need to pay attention to other. You just need uh, you just have to move toward and don't see on others like this. So and say if you like it and why. All right, I don't know. Probably answer all. All right, so it's that's probably all I can say about it. It's for very interesting films, three films. Founder, the pursuit, yeah, the pursuit of happiness, and founder. Wait, Good Will Hunting, how founder, and the pursuit of happiness. Yeah, these three movies. All right, let's move next and part three discussion. Now let's discuss the topic more broadly. Books and films. How do books and films influence the way people think? Um, I don't know how, but I definitely know that it affects tremendously. Since even in my case, when I see the movie, and if this movie has some solid thoughts and some useful opinion, I just my vision changing and I start thinking and watching on another things otherwise. So it definitely affects it. Affects even more than music that we're talking about um, in last video. So uh, but how I don't know. I think that sometimes people are able to try something new, like um, to overcome themselves, if we can say it, and try to open new door in their life. Yeah, like this. All right, let's move next. Do you think young people are more influenced by movies or books? Why? To be honest, yeah, definitely. By the way, first of all, I wanted to say that no, just because old people also no, it's not like old people. We're talking about people who's older than young person. They have more like formulated another mindset, and they just perceive everything around otherwise. So I would say that no, but to be honest, yeah, probably yes, because young people, they they just live in their own world until they didn't face reality. They live in their own world where they think that um, it's like possible. I can change my life very easily. I need to do something that nobody did previously, and they don't realize what kind of problems they can face. So in their mind it of course influenced more, at least because I remember when I was a child, when I saw some movie, it really could inspire me, and I could go to the school and try not to to repeat something from that movie in real life, just because I thought that it's just so easy. So yeah, it's like influence more, but it's just because young people, they if we are talking especially about children, their mindset a bit another, and they perceive everything otherwise, like more positive, uh, without real vision of this world, I mean. All right, can watching films or reading books help people to develop their personalities? How? Yes, definitely. It's it's probably one of the best way when you are like lazy, you don't want to read, you don't want to do anything else. It's just watching movies, just because uh, due to movies you are able to watch a lot if this life just didn't just without even trying it. I mean, you can see just it's like the most different situations, how people attitude and behavior works in this situation, and what you should do to what kind of situations you should avoid, what kind of like words, I want to say that words you shouldn't say, but I don't know, it's like not really fit here. mm. I don't know. So yeah, generally it can develop personality. It can change your mindset, and just after watching, you have your like boundaries of thinking. They widened, they wider, and you like can step over your basic mindset. It becomes it like expand. All right, and let's move next. How has the popularity of films changed compared of the past? Nowadays, films is something very useful, and people really needs it, and of course it become more popular just because previously we didn't have so much cinema as we have today, and we have an ability just to watch anywhere. We can open the website to watch something, we can go to the cinema, and people I mean, those who create films, they make a lot of money on this, and of course it's very popular, especially because nowadays it's very ubiquitous to have a phone, to have a laptop, to computer, and to watch something, because previously people didn't have such ability, and they couldn't just watch movie in this way. But today we are able to saw several movies per day, and without any problem, without any efforts. We don't even need to go outdoors. So it's of course nowadays popularity is higher, and um, access to watch these movies are also easier. All right, and let's move next. Do you think films based on real events are better than fictional ones? Why or why not? Yeah, definitely. It's really better when they're based on something from real life, just because, for example, as I described, three of my favorite movies, The Pursuit of Happiness and Founder, these two movies based on real events, and it really inspires more. You like, it's not the story that someone just come up. Uh, or came up. It's a real story that someone faced real problems that someone faced, and damn, I like it. It like teach you better than movie without real events, and also when I watch it, sometimes when I watch some movie, I can think in the moment, all right, I have a lot of emotions, I need to stop a bit because it's not real, it wasn't in real life. But when we are talking about real events, like film based on real events, yeah, definitely I can't get rid of these emotions just because I realize that some of person um, really faced that problem, and felt that feeling, not even if the same, because of course we understand that sometimes it try not to make I mean to make it deeper, to I mean, the author, he tried uh, to help us deep in this film, and he wants that we got more emotions. So sometimes it could be not just alike with real life, but pretty similar. So it's really cool. All right, for today that's all. I was talking about movies and books, about more about movies, and it was really interesting just because I like it, and yeah, I don't know if someone wish, the questions will be in description. And for today that's all. Day number 10 and 90 days ahead. So today we today continue.